One of two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Got it. Mike 50. Better bring it. You better.
And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense.
Here we go.
They'll have two remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Set. 10-2 soft. Right 54. Watch the curve. Snap.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, zero nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. Operating from the gun, Gibson. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. Well, that's good for a first down. Here's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. From the gun, Gibson. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. A good pickup there at 22.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's first and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up second and 7. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a second and 7.
At the Cowboys' 38-yard line.
Ready up.
The last run got 3. Now here's second and 7.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
Here's a second and 7. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And now it's third down. If they want it first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down. Looking to throw. Gibson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth. Back to throw. Gibson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. First down on a pickup of 11.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on fourth down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on fourth down here early in the game.
Second and 10 now from the 27. To throw again. Gibson. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 16. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
10 logo. 54. So don't say nothing.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Let's go, D.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Ready.
And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Gibson. And this will be a touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And this offense takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator and remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Let's go. Touchdown. I got 2 pump. Slam.
On first down, it's Stokes, and he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Mike 45. Watch the run. Hey, check Mike 45.
On 2nd down and 4, Murray. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And he lost the football. And this is picked up by the defense. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this, and it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees. Now a handoff here to his running back. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Knocked out, and it's picked up by as his guys will get the football back.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. Here's Weber. And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15.
Good solid gain on first down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 15-yard line.
Ready. That's right, baby. They don't want it. Lucky. Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
On 2nd and 7, Murray looking for Campbell downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. He can run for it, and he will. Murray, strong running. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
They're not ready for this. They still playing solo. Y'all playing the wrong football. Shit. Mike 96. Go.
Now this time, Murray to throw it. Space to maneuver at the 40. Wide open receiver complete. As he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. In the wild card win last week, he had just 2 catches, and now he's got his first one here.
I'm coming after you. 45. Mike, 45. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Steps away to his left. He'll try and run it. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after her. Check. Lucky. 45, Mike, 45. Coming.
Oh, now Murray has it stripped. And the defense says they have it. Yes, they've got it.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Ready.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
Difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. He'll rifle this one deep right side, and that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone, and they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way in for the touchdown. DK Metcalf, 37 yards. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Now the extra point. It's good to make it 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down. Second quarter action. 2 minutes to go on Divisional Round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round. And he loses the football a second time. They'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against. The defense, and it worked very well there for a first down.
The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That one a first down pickup of 8. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Back to the air on 2nd down, it's Murray. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion.
Five down, stand up in. 45 to Mike, 45 to Mike. Let's go, D. Let's go. Order. Check 45 to Mike. Check 45 to Mike. Yeah, that's what I do.
On third down, Murray. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They do go for it. It's Murray. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field.
Down. 70, Indy. Get in the weight room. 2.
The final shot before break. Gibson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he fires one incomplete. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. This will be taken in at the 1. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Drop deep, 45 to Mike. Switch.
Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devin White able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
This is fielded at the 27. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially given 15. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Throwing to start the drive. Gibson looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Throwing on 1st down. Gibson. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Gibson. And his throw is incomplete.
And now offensively, it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now, the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. A 24-yard touchdown. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. And right now, Charles, I think you'd have to say their class starting to show through.
Yeah, they were disappointed not to get the #1 seed in the playoffs, but the reality is these guys can play anywhere. It doesn't matter for them.
And if they can indeed hold on to this lead, that's going to set up one heck of a championship game next Sunday.
Let's come back and watch it, shall we?
Something tells me you and I are going to be there. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Murray fighting, lost the football, and the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
And this is where you need the quarterback to morph into being a running back. The ball can't be away from his body. It can't be loose. It can't be held like he's going to throw it. Tuck it away. Take care of it because he's going to run through a lot of traffic.
And if he doesn't take care of it, we're going to see less design runs like that. This will be caught inside the 10. That one goes for 24 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Back to throw. Gibson fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. To try here for the extra point. It's thing now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, It changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You'd better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. Out. 5 down.
They'll keep it on the ground. Stokes. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Now Murray off play action. Oh, now Murray has it stripped. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. It's going the other way. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Gibson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. A well-executed 22-yard gain. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Gibson. And it's caught. Touchdown. DK Metcalf. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. So what again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Stokes, and he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A 5-yard gain on the play. And a Cowboy first down.
45.
Now a play fake here on first down. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
And he will go down. A Cowboy sack.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
So he got free at 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought up a punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Let's go.
On fourth down, Gibson. Open man has got it. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Not often do fourth down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. First down. Back to throw. Gibson. Oh, he's thinking end zone for Evans. And it's caught. Touchdown. Mike Evans. 39 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there. Often you talk about the three phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Murray again, 2nd and 10. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 27, and his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Off play action, Gibson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where
Murray fighting, lost the football.
on plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The first down play, to be frank, nothing short of awful, and now they have to deal with second and very long. On second down, here's Murray. And he's going to keep it here. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Check Mike 45. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me. 46.
Murray sets to throw on 4th. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now the football's going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line.
Ready? 70, Indy. Strong right. Strong right. Hit it.
On 1st and 10, Gibson. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that field. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devin White. Make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game. Throwing on 2nd and long. Murray.
That right now, that's a defeated team out.
And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. 64 yards. And the Cowboys claw one back. The Cowboys offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2.
Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on.
And he is not going to make it to the end zone. And that's pretty reflective of their game as a whole, as they'll remain down by a bundle. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And it looks like this one won't work out. Hands team able to secure the football. The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And they have secured a spot in the